Welcome, everyone, to PlayStation Year 1, a stream where we play a bunch of really old games that are like decades old at this point. Some people care about this, supposedly, including me. Hey, I'm Danny Cowan, and with me here is my stream manager and partner in crime. It's Alex.
I'm Alex. I'm a good partner in crime, let me tell you.
Tonight we are playing Ridge Racer and Cosmic Race, two of the earliest PlayStation racing games. One of them considered to be pretty darn good. The other is really awful. I'll leave it to you to figure out which is which. So, I have a save file here, but I want to talk about Ridge Racer for a little while, so why don't you start up the first race?
Fantastic, I sure will.
Alex will show you the beginner track in Ridge Racer. So, this is the first PlayStation game. It has product code 00001 in Japan. And you're just sitting there at the starting line. Because you were reading chat.
I'm so sorry, but the chat was talking about they want to see me, a hardened criminal, play Cosmic Race, and that is just... Anyway, so you're going to see the... So yeah.
This is good.
Oh god.
Anyway, first PlayStation game. Really the introduction for a lot of people to PlayStation, and I imagine it made a huge impression back then. Because back in 1994, when this first came out in Japan, like, the only similar racers were on, like, the 3DO, and they all looked completely awful. Meanwhile, this is bright and colorful and runs at a good frame rate, and it's just really clean looking, plays great. It's a port of an arcade game from Namco, which was popular at the time, and while the arcade version looks a little bit sharper, this one basically gets the whole thing all in one package. This is the arcade experience at home, if you will. So what do you think of Ridge Racer, Alex?
I actually find Ridge Racer to be a really... You know what? I actually played Ridge Racer, seriously, for the first time, or at least this version, a week ago. Or so, and you know what? I genuinely like the game. As an arcade racer, it's surprisingly fun, in the sense that the controls are sensitive like a realistic race, a little bit sensitive, a realistic racer, but arcadey enough that it's easy to pick up. So, I actually find it to be a nice blend of arcadey and realism for the most part.
Yeah, especially for back then.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It has this real sense of speed to it, which I don't think any game...
Goodbye, Galaga car.
Which I don't think any game back then really communicated all that well. Especially in the later levels. The beginner track, your speed is capped, but by the time you get to the last track, you can really go fast. Start doing jumps and stuff.
Oh, man.
And yeah, for back then, this was pretty much mind-blowing.
And you know, even to this day, it still holds up pretty well. I mean,
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really, as these kind of games go, it's actually quite fun. I'm actually not the biggest realistic or, you know, kind of arcade racer fan. I like kart racers a bit, but this one has surprised me in how fun I actually enjoy. In fact, the first time I played it, I think I played this track like 3 times in a row. I was just really excited.
And you were eventually able to get first place in this race.
Yeah, because I wasn't just like staring
Because you didn't stop at the starting line. Where'd everyone go?
I don't know where everyone is. I'm just reading chat. Oh, golly.
And at this point, you have seen about probably 80% of the content in Ridge Racer, because one of the things it's known for is that it only has one racetrack. That's it. It has a bunch of different modes where you can race on that track. Please sit here for a second to admire the GABA playing in the background. This game has a bonkers soundtrack.
I love this game. This game's soundtrack is fantastic.
It pretty much invented a genre I refer to as PS1 techno, where it's just this wild style of instrumental techno that just kind of goes all over the place. It's common in PlayStation 1 games, and it just kind of stopped after that system came out.
Triple Break claims to be the PCFX. He is quite upset at our system and is asking where the full motion anime video is.
Ban him.
No, you are not. Whoever you are, Triple PCFX, we will not ban you, nor will we ban the Neo Geo fan or the 3DO fan. You guys can stay.
In this game, you get 4 cars to start with, and there's actually a loading screen minigame of Galaxian, and after you complete that, you get an additional 8 cars, including these cute little mappy cars. along with some Xevious cars, it looks like. Nebula's Ray. Any Nebula's Ray fans out there?
Oh, yeah.
Namco arcade game. It says carrot on the back. That's kind of strange. There's this one is an actual carrot, and it's got a puka on the side.
Aww.
Oh, it says Baraduke. Man, these are referencing all kinds of arcade games nobody's played. Anyway, none of that matters because the only car that's worthwhile is this one, the RT Ryukyu. It has the best handling, and therefore is my car of choice. So I'm going to take this thing through a couple of races here. Oh, Ridge Racer. As I mentioned, very limited. The advanced track in this game adds on a small section of track that you see grayed out in the map on the upper left, but otherwise it's the exact same track you're racing over and over again. I gotta do this right. I gotta show everyone that I'm a Ridge Racer pro.
Yeah, you gotta show everybody that you're better than the dude just literally pausing at the front at the start of the race and being like, yeah, really nice scenery, love these graphics, just taking a peek around.
Hey, catching up on my Twitter, and okay. So this game has a lot of fun detail in it. You can see the buildings and the palm trees and stuff. It's just, it looks nice. It looks great.
Tepid Snake's here. Hi. They mentioned that one of the cars is named. How they love how one of the cars is named after Bosconian. You missed it. There was one named after Nebula's Ray.
Yeah, Nebula's Ray, the only game more obscure than Bosconian. I don't even remember what Nebula's Ray is like, and I've played like every Namco arcade game. So yeah, this first race, your speed is capped to under 100 miles an hour, so you really don't even need to drift at all. You just hold on the accelerator until you win, and that's how I like it.
Yeah, Ian mentions how the lack of load time is really impressive on this game. Do you know why that is, Danny?
Yes, I do, Alex. There is no load time in this game because at first load, the game loads its entire self into memory. It never has to load again after that point. So all the tracks, all the cars, everything is loaded into memory. And
not even from the disc.
The music you hear is CD audio, and because everything is loaded into memory, you can just swap out the Ridge Racer disc with any old CD you want. So you can put on the Spice Girls, or the second Spice Girls album, or if they made a third one, the third Spice Girls album.
Did they make a third one?
I don't remember.
Well, if they did, we're definitely listening to the third Spice Girls.
What was the one that had Two Become One? I like that song.
You know, I forget if that was Spice or Spice World, or I forget which one that was.
Actually, I think the Spice Girls were a little bit after Ridge Racer. I'm getting my 90s mixed up here. However, at this time we could put on some Blues Travelers, some Dave Matthews Band,
anything from the 90s, really.
What's that band that sucks? Spin Doctors. You could put on some Spin Doctors. Put on a little Two Princes while you race.
If you want to be my baby, then go ahead.
Just go ahead now.
Yeah, do it. Anyways, we're not going to be. I don't think we're going to be doing Spin Doctors.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So let's move on to mid-level race, which you may be surprised to find is the exact same racetrack as beginner race, except a little speedier now, and we have 3 laps instead of 2. It seems sort of ridiculous to have a racing game that only has 1 track, but man, back in the day, I played this for hours. Like, it's fun, and when you get to the later sections, it's actually pretty challenging. Oh my god, that's... Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
So, okay, these other cars... This game basically has no AI on most of the cars. They all run in a preset pattern, and whenever you pass one up, you will never see it ever again, because it has no chance of catching up to you. The only exception is that yellow car that I just passed. That's your rival car. He will be on your ass a couple of times during this race. But since we're still on the early level tracks, he shouldn't prove too much of a problem.
Ian mentions that John Popper is his enemy.
Oh no, don't mention that name. Anytime you mention John Popper on Twitter, he finds you and he makes bad things happen.
Yeah, Ian mentions having to block him on Twitter. In case it makes you feel better, Ian, I've had to do the same.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird, gross old grandpa. Don't tell him I said that. Okay, shameful confession time. It was the 90s. I listened to a lot of Blues Traveler. It's not a cool thing to do, but I admit that it happened, and I can move on and be a better person for it. But what John Popper is doing now, I do not endorse.
We do not know. We know nothing. We do not endorse the behavior of celebrities yelling at randos, yelling at people on Twitter. Come on now.
John Popper regularly gets into fights with Twitter user Love That Goku. After Love That Goku said that Blues Traveler is music for dirt people who live in tents. He took offense to this, and they had a fight that went on for months.
Anyway, so about Ridge Racer. We're not going to be playing John Popper.
There will be no Blues Traveler. There will be no Dave Matthews Band. I'm just going to win this race. We're here for the racing.
We are. We're not here to discuss the time that when in Austin the Dave Matthews Band poured shit all over Austinites.
They didn't do that on purpose,
oh,
alright?
Come on! It wasn't on purpose, but they tried to put their own crap literally into Lady Bird Lake. Come on now. It's just disrespectful.
Since we're on this, let's explain it. The Dave Matthews Band bus deployed a whole bunch of their waste into Lady Bird Lake here in Austin. And while that happened, a bunch of people happened to be underneath it, and they all got pooped on by the Dave Matthews Band. Hi, this is Ridge Racer. I finished in first place.
Hooray! Welcome to Danny Presents the Year 1 of Early Racers and also terrible facts about your favorite 90s bands.
Welcome to Off the Rails Stream, featuring Ridge Racer. You know what? Might as well turn this into a full playthrough. Let's go high level. High level, you'll get to see a different part of the track.
Someone is really concerned about how that poop thing works, so let me just really quickly explain.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, it's the same thing with airplanes. It consolidates in a septic tank, and
we're really going into this.
And what you do is you're supposed to empty your septic thing using the switch, and obviously, basically disposal places. Places where it's basically places where you dispose your sewage. They were doing it all freaking 1800s London style. They were just because it's also cheaper that way.
Well, it's Dave Matthews Band. They can just get away with shitting wherever they want.
Yeah, apparently they also did this in Chicago as well.
Oh, really? So they're serial poopers.
So yeah, what you do is you're supposed to, once you're, the poop on the bus is lined up with the, parked and you're lined up with a septic thing, you pull a switch, the septic and the tank empties. Well, they emptied their tank above a bridge, which is illegal and really dangerous because you're going to have cars slipping in poop and yeah.
It's gross.
Anyway, so that's what the Dave Matthews Band did that. Anyway.
What you see here is the exclusive part of the high level race. This is a different part of track that I'm going to do very badly at. It's basically just a lot of twisty turns and stuff that's difficult to navigate. However, I've put something like 1,000 hours into this game, so it's no problem. Yeah, I was playing it for practice the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I can just beat the game in like 15 minutes, whatever. I'm not one of those jerk-offs who's all like, I'm so good at a game, why is everyone so bad at it? But I looked up reviews for this on the internet, and oh my god, everyone is so bad at this game! Like, they were losing on the beginner level, they were running out of time! They got in like 12th place! I'm like, maybe play this game for 5 minutes before you review it. I don't know. Anyway, not here to hate. We're here to love. We're here to love Ridge Racer.
And we're here to be mad about Game Facts reviews, I understand.
So, as you see, top speed's a little higher now, so that little stretch of road, I do a jump off it now. There's an airplane. You may have seen one of those before.
People are encouraging you to Dave Matthews it. Like the Dave Matthews bus to help,
To shit in my car? Is that what they're saying?
No, to give yourself a winning edge.
Oh, okay. Deploy the shit.
Actually, yes. Maybe, yeah. Oh, boy. Welcome to...
We're what, 10 minutes into this and we've already gotten into Dave Matthews Band shitting all over everybody? This is what you can expect from our streams.
Hey, I feel bad, but there's not really that much to say about... I mean, I don't know what else to really say about
That is
Ridge
true.
Racer.
There's, everything you see here pretty much speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there is a drift mechanic, you may have noticed. To do it, you make a turn, and while you're turning, you tap the brake button, and you start to skid out of control. And, it's interesting because the game kind of automatically makes your car follow a path while you're drifting, so you just kind of slip and slide to the left and right. And if you can't right yourself, you lose a whole lot of speed. But it doesn't. But while you're drifting, you tend to not slam into walls, which is kind of nice. Alex, what's going on? What's happening, Alex?
Sorry.
Oh my god. Is Dave Matthews in the chat? Do we have to ban him?
No, but a Dave Matthews Band tour bus game made in the Hooters road trip engine says, my friend Wine Tanuki.
Oh my god.
You are now my friend for making... you were my friend before, but you are double my friend for...
Hooters Road Trip, though, man, that's a game.
Was that ever on the... What system
That was
that
on
one?
PS1.
That was a PS1 game. We should review it.
We should, actually. It's pretty interesting. It's got a lot of FMV.
I love FMV, actually.
Also, I really like the announcer in this game. He's always super enthusiastic and supportive.
You're the greatest!
Even when you turn around and start running into people head on, he's just like, hey, you joker, turn that car around. Okay, I'm about to attempt the last and most difficult race in the game. So, wish me... No, we didn't do this right. This is incorrect. I'm trying to play through all the different songs in this game, and Rotterdam Nation.
Yes, you have to hear Rotterdam Nation.
This song, man.
I love this song. This song blew my mind.
This PS1 techno. I love it. Back then, I employed a couple of contractors known collectively as the Sampling Masters. Let's see if I can remember their names. Ayako Saso and Shinji Hosoe. Wow, I'm a nerd.
You're a smart nerd.
They did music for Rolling Thunder 2 and Ridge Racer and pretty much all the Namco games from this point in time, the early 90s. They later went on to make music for Beatmania 2DX and then returned to their roots with Technic Beat, where they remixed a bunch of old Namco music, and that game kind of rules.
I like Technic Beat.
Yeah. This is time trial mode, as I slam into a wall. You'll notice the only other car in this race is that hated yellow car, my bitter rival. The only objective in this race is to beat him. It's actually kind of tough. He'll cut you off a lot. He's a real jerk. He's especially tough in these, in this part here. And the music's really intense.
It mentions TT. Yeah, TT stands for time trial.
Mm-hmm.
And Tepid Snake mentions, apparently in Ridge Racer 2, the announcer is far more of a jerk.
Oh, man. No, I like this guy. He's always so supportive.
Yeah, I don't know what happened between 1 and 2.
Maybe his wife left him.
You're so sad. So... Sheesh.
I don't know. Could happen.
Okay, sorry, dude.
I did it!
You did it!
Now, he is going to be on my ass for the rest of this race. And if I make a mistake, he's going to go past me. And I'm going to cuss.
Alright, serious time.
No.
Oh, okay, no serious time then. We don't do serious time on
There's
this.
nothing serious about Ridge Racer. It's goofy. You bounce off the walls. It's basically bumper cars. You gotta teach me. See? He's so supportive. Oh god. Okay. I'm good. Don't.
Oh no!
It's okay, we got one more lap. I'm pretty sure I can pass him here.
You already did.
Okay. Okay, good. That is an example of an okay drift. I didn't lose too much speed from that one. I also like how the time changes during the race. It transitions to evening and then to morning. What the hell happened there? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Some polygons are just all over the place.
You're just like, ugh.
I don't know where this polygon goes. Is that guy on my ass? Oh god. It's so easy to lose speed here. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, help me. Oh friend Jesus.
Lost man.
I can do this. I can do it. Don't you pass me. Yes!
Did it!
That's it. We beat Ridge Racer. Good night, everybody.
Great stream! Woo!
Yeah! So that's it. You saw a full playthrough of Ridge Racer there. That took about half an hour, maybe. Not even half an hour. That was more like 15 minutes. I guess I'll let the credits play through.
Yeah, let's see who made this game. This early year one game.
Year one, day one. This is a day zero game right here. Yep, this was part of the PlayStation's launch lineup in North America and Japan, actually.
Someone wants you to play Crime Crackers.
Crime Crackers is on my list. That will happen. That was a launch PlayStation game in Japan. It never came out in the US. It's got a lot of anime babes in it. Yes, this game had a transplantation staff. That's an interesting way to refer to porting. It's not a port, it's a transplant. Oh, this game got an English transplant.
Nice. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, Drakey mentions that Crime Crackers is the vocal theme of 94.
Oh, does it have a vocal theme?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta play that then.
Hey, let's play extra game.
Okay. Hey, enter a name.
Sure. I guess I'll be nice. No. Does it do anything?
No, I don't think so. Just do
Alright, do an Arno here.
Pulling an RNO.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah. You entered sex.
Just the way it flies.
Yeah.
Sex is number one. LOL, I guess.
So, we also have something special here today, which I didn't even brief Alex on.
No, he did not.
What I just plugged into the PS2 is a controller called the NeGcon. It is a special racing controller for the original PlayStation, compatible with Ridge Racer and pretty much every driving game. If you're wondering what it looks like, please refer to my 3D model here. The main conceit of this controller is that you twist it. You just twist it in half to drive. It works okay. It kills your hand after like 5 minutes, but at least it's interesting. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to adjust this first.
You didn't want to do the hardest mode on this controller that
Yeah,
looks
this
like...
weird controller. Alex, what does this controller look like to you?
Oh my god, it looks like someone melted two controllers and kind of smashed them together when they were
That's basically
something.
what
It
it
looks
is.
like you know those old action figures where they would like you can use magnets to attach things to them. It looks like it's attached together through magnets. It looks like it's going to come apart if you pull on it even slightly.
So you can adjust the sensitivity as here. You can just make it really sensitive, or you can do it all the way like this. That one is physically painful. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. 90 degrees tends to work the best. And for fun, I'm gonna let Alex play with this.
Oh God!
Let's play rhythm shift here. Have fun.
Someone said it looks like a lost Bop It itineration, and
Twist it.
Ah, this button is so deep. I hate it.
Yeah, it's all analog.
Oh, I'm just. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It works.
It does. This game, I actually do like the analog control in this game. The twisting motion after an additional initial adjustment period, it feels nice.
This is wild, actually. Oh God!
Yeah, you really got to twist that thing around the
You
corners.
certainly do. You have no idea how deep I'm having to press. See, the buttons are really extremely hot. Like, they're very tall, and you have to press them all the way in. And you don't think they're so tall until you're pressing it in, and your finger is like, ow, my thumb kind of hurts.
Yeah, I actually prefer mapping accelerate and brake to the blue buttons. Which I think I might do after this race, because you don't seem to like this.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man. I've never used this controller before, and I'm
Yeah, I sort of pulled this on Alex as a surprise.
Thanks.
I wasn't really expecting you to be an expert with it.
That's okay.
I just remembered I had this thing a couple days ago. So this thing, NeGcon, it's called, based on the Japanese word nijiru, which means to twist.
Ah.
It's an interesting solution to analog control. It's a small, standard-sized controller. It's in that way, it's a benefit over having a gigantic steering wheel, I suppose. But it does take some getting used to, for sure.
But it's actually surprisingly intuitive. It's like, it's I'll put it this way. This is actually, as crappy as I'm doing, it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's actually just me kind of being crappy at it. This is actually not the worst controller I've used for this kind of thing, actually.
This is also the first time you've wrapped your hands around that thing.
Yeah.
And if you turn it up to maximum setting, you really have to twist that thing to the point where it feels like you're gonna strain something if you turn too hard.
I'm gonna say it. I like this better than the tilt controls in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
I feel like I have more fine-tuned control over this. Unlike in Mario Kart 8, where my limbs will just go all willy-nilly, I can control my hands much easier. I make it sound like I'm a wiggly, wavy, inflatable arm guy when I play or some shit. Like, I'm just like, whoa!
Well, that is basically what you're doing now. Just going, whoa, hey! What is this crazy thing? Yeah, that was good. And then you slammed into that wall.
Then I slammed into a wall! Yeah. Here you go.
Good job.
I did it. You can see the slight imprint on my thumb there.
Oh yeah, wow. This thing, yeah, it will kill your thumbs after a while. I'm going to try an alternate way of using this thing. Now, you can either hold it like a standard controller, or you can do it with your palms on top of the shoulder buttons, like some kind of flywheel contraption or something.
Someone mentions that the black version of this controller was supposed to be a little bit more comfortable.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those. I know they exist. I don't think they were even released over here, though. For some reason, this controller got an official release in the US.
Well,
I did not set my controls right. Let's try that again.
So, apparently, Tepid Snake mentions, someone asked which games are also compatible with Ridge Racer. Tepid Snake actually mentions that the Namco Museum games are all compatible, even the ones without the pole positions in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it does have official support in those games. And even up to, like, Gran Turismo 1 and 2 support this thing.
Yeah, the black controller was Japan only.
Right now, I have mapped the accelerate to the R button. So I'm holding that with my palm.
This is where are you?
And I'm doing very poorly. I've never actually played with it like this. I only knew this was a possibility after reading up on it the other day. This will be fun. This already hurts. Yeah, this is even less practical than the default.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, no.
This is... See, you're not watching him play this, but At this point, I really wish we had a webcam just on his hands, because it's amazing.
It feels like, it's like a crab or something? I guess you twist it open before you eat it? That's what I feel like I'm doing right now.
Oh, like you're breaking open some crab legs?
Yeah, or like claws or something. Yeah, I'm getting some kind of natural reaction like I'm gonna eat something in a second, but I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm just twisting a controller.
You just twist open the NeGcon for the juicy,
it's juicy innards.
juicy wires and sweet meat inside. Just dip it in some butter and you're set.
You see this? I'm doing great.
Well, now, yeah.
This is the most unnatural way to play a game I've ever done. And I've used the steering wheel to play a Cabela's game.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How do you shoot with the steering wheel?
You don't. You run over deer in an ATV.
Oh, that would do it.
Yeah.
That would do it.
It's really fun, actually.
Well, from Dave Matthews shitting to running over deer, welcome to the hot Austin, Texas stream here.
Yeah, when I had a party a few years ago, I challenged people to run over as many deer as possible in an ATV while a background music track was playing. Once the music track ended, your turn was over. So I had songs like Seal's Kiss from a Rose and other really appropriate songs to run over deer with.
So someone mentions the Soul Calibur fishing rod tournament.
Yes. That is another classic controller thing to do. And also playing Mr. Driller with a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
That's also recommended. Am I going to do this? I did it! My hand really hurts now. I'm not going to do that anymore. So that's a fun way to play the game. It's supported in all the other Ridge Racer games. Supposedly Ridge Racer Revolution, the second game, feels much better with the NeGcon than this game. I'd like to try that at some point.
NeGcon. I kept calling it NeGcon, like it's like a convention where you get negged. A convention where everybody just puts you down. It's really awful.
We're holding NeGcon, or PUA-con, as we call it.
No, don't neg anyone.
Yeah, don't neg anyone. Don't wage psychological warfare on women.
Please don't. Be nice. Sorry, I didn't mean to make some beautiful sound effects while adjusting the NeGcon, but I just have it in my hand and you can't not twist it.
It's fun.
You can't not try to open up it up for its succulent crab meat.
What secrets does it hide inside? I've switched back to the regular controller.
Oh, no fun.
Anyway, after beating the game, you unlock Extra Mode, which is the same racetrack, but backwards.
What?
Yeah. So I'll play one of these. Actually, I'll play two. I'll play this one, and then I'll show you the hardest mode in Extra, which I will not win. Get down, everybody. Get down, everybody. I like this song.
Someone gotta mention that our stream is really good. They learned that Dave Matthews pooped on people.
I'm glad I could teach you that.
You can all learn about the Dave Matthews.
I was hoping to teach you about Ridge Racer and the NeGcon, but whatever you take away from the stream, I'm happy to oblige.
As long as you come out more knowledgeable and happier than when you came in, we're happy.
I don't know, the image of Dave Matthews literally shitting on people makes me pretty happy.
These poor Austin tourists.
I know.
They were on a boat tour.
Yeah, they were in a boat. They looked up and they were like, "Hey, Dave Matthews Band, get a good look. Open your mouth so you can see better." Oh no, this is the worst day of my life now.
Why have they done it twice?
I don't know.
Stop Dave Matthews Band. Stop them before they kill us all.
They really need to be stopped.
Yeah.
For many reasons. So yep, backwards race course.
Man,
that's what
amazing.
it is.
Look at you go.
Well, I'm in beginner mode again.
No, best of my knowledge, according to a question from chat, but best of my knowledge, spin doctors have never pooped on anyone from their tour bus. However,
At least not literally.
at least not, yeah, we
They've
don't
done
know.
it figuratively with their music.
You just hate going to the grocery store and steering two princes.
Every time at HEB, you'll hear that song. Unless you're going after 7 p.m., then it's 70s funk. Every single time. I'm not
It
kidding.
is. I don't think I've ever been to HEB where they haven't played with you, or they haven't played Two Princes, actually.
It's either Two Princes or Piano Man. Those are the two songs they always play when we're there.
Why don't we get Piano Man for Ridge Racer, I say?
Hey, you could have brought over a Billy Joel CD.
I know, I'm sorry.
We could have been listening to Angry Young Man and Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Other Billy Joel songs. So I'm also going to show you TT Extra, which I have finished once in my life. I will not do it again. I have done my time. This is not going to happen. What's interesting about TT Extra, as you can see, is that it's at the dead of night. So your visibility is about half of what it usually is. And not only that, you'll notice at the top you'll see I'm in third place. And I just passed up a mysterious black car. You'll see him again in a second. I'm confident of this.
Now
Yep,
there
he
it
goes.
is.
Bye.
He's just like, I hate y'all.
After this, he'll
He is
stop again
dumb.
on the second lap and let you catch up, and he will pass you instantly, and then you'll never see him again. He
Oh.
will win the race. So that car, I have beaten him once. If you beat him, you unlock that car, and he is the fastest and best car in the game. However, you're not going to beat him. It's very difficult. It's the sort of thing you can only do if you're playing Ridge Racer like 4 hours a day, and it's 1995, and you're in high school. If you don't meet those qualifications, you're not going to beat that car. So here it starts to lighten up, and if you're ahead of the black car at this point, you're in good shape, because at least you can see the road. But I'm doing really poorly. But I'm comfortable with the knowledge that I have beaten that black car. This is something that I have done within my lifetime, and the memories of that are enough to make me carry on in my day-to-day life.
Rip.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I've never been to this level of Bullet Witch, someone says.
Is people talking about Bullet Witch?
Yeah.
Oh man, I beat that game.
Yeah. The time Rybot mentions at that time of his life when you can just sit there at life, when you can just sit down and play a bunch of games.
Man, that is the best time to play Bullet Witch. Oh, wrong way. I'm trying I'm trying to make the announcer say something. He ain't going for it. Let me go forward a little bit. Yeah, the announcer goes a long way in making this game as fun and peppy as it is. Okay, Mr. Announcer. I'm gonna try for a goal by going the other way around. You crazy guy!
Someone asks if that wall is always there.
At the start of the race.
Yeah.
But it's not there now.
Yeah, I like Pac-Man's face in the hotel.
I'm crazy.
Are you gonna...
I'm just gonna keep going until they make me stop. Yes, I'm trying for a goal by going the other way
Have you
around.
seen a yellow car like, whoa?
Yeah. Drive backwards and hurry. You're crazy. It's okay, I'll do it next time.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So that's Ridge Racer. I hope you've enjoyed.
Sex, Rid Sex.
Sex Ridger Race Arpus XNA. If you want to play this game, it is not on the PlayStation Network. You cannot buy it there. Even though it is the very first PS1 classic announced, you may remember a poor showing when that happened. A certain quotable quote happened during that thing, and to Sony's great shame, they have never released PlayStation Ridge Racer on the PlayStation Network. That's my theory, that they were so ashamed of Ridge Racer, it's Ridge Racer, that they just never happened.
They're just like, no, we can't ever re-release this.
Our great shame. They have the rights, they could make it happen, but they just haven't. Good news is it's backward compatible, and the disc is like $1, and I recommend picking it up if you ever find it. What did someone say?
How did Kaz her eye get it on PSP?
Magic.
Magic.
I think he hacked his PSP. He invented the custom firmware, I believe, is how that happened.
Yeah, he was one of the first homebrewers for the PSP.
So, I think you've seen enough Ridge Racer. I think it's time we get to the meat of this stream. Cosmic Race.
Woo!
We'll be ready to take that on. First, we're going to take a 10-minute break. In the meantime, enjoy our intermission.